Adam Driver's birthday, Sarah.
Happy Adam Driver's birthday, Nicole. It's a day we should celebrate every year.
I know. Well, I think we'll have to now, don't you think?
Yeah.
We didn't plan it this way. Like we just always record every other Thursday.
Yeah.
And it could have been a day that we weren't recording, or it could have been a day that we were recording an Andy Samberg movie.
That's true.
But as it happens, it was like the stars aligned, and here we are recording an episode about Logan Lucky on Adam Driver's birthday, and it just feels right.
It feels so right. So how old is he?
37.
37, okay.
37. So he's him and my sister were born in the same year, 1983.
Oh, okay. So he's the oldest millennial in the world. No, I'm just kidding. Not in the world, but
it's in the Guinness books.
I don't
know. I mean,
millennials start 82. I've heard like 79. I've heard 82.
I know. I'm 70. I'm kind of in the lost generation, you know, like I'm in the I don't belong in the Gen Xers, and I don't feel like I belong to the millennials necessarily. But I was born in 79. My sister was born in 83, which I think that means that makes you a millennial if you're 83.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, but like, why does the lost generation exist? Like, how come they don't fit into? Is it just because the technology just converged?
I just made that up. Like, I don't know that the term lost generation. I just feel like
I've heard that before. I've heard that before. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that I don't know. Like, whoever comes up with these weird marketing terms just conveniently forgot that period between, I'd say, like around 75, 76 to like 83. It's like we don't belong anywhere, really.
You don't belong. Get out.
I'll see myself out now.
No. No.
Yeah, I feel like to be a millennial, you have to have grown up with a computer in your home, and we didn't have a computer until I was like 14.
Okay.
So, like, we didn't have the internet until I was like 14. I had a word processor that I wrote my papers on. So,
yeah, I don't think we had the internet until I was like 8 or something, or 10. I don't know, 8 or 9.
Okay, well, that makes me feel less. I've just always felt like I mean, I work with computers now. I'm a video editor, so I spend a lot of time on computers. But I did feel like a bit, like a dinosaur. But yeah, Adam Driver in the millennials, but in the elder millennials, I guess you would call them. Elder millennials. Doesn't not on social media.
Mm-mm.
Can you blame him though?
No, I can't. It's
almost like his not being on social media, I feel like, makes his myth bigger. Don't you think?
Yeah. And he likes to keep the mystery too.
I think he likes to just stay out of it entirely.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess. By the way, I did just notice that your lips match the cover on your microphone. Did you notice that?
No, my lips are purple. My microphone
right, but
is
on
blue.
camera, they look like they match.
But
in a good way. In a good way.
Okay.
You don't think so?
I think they almost match. But
no, it's not like a bright blue, but I do like your purple lipstick. Is that Heist purple that you're wearing?
Yes, in fact, it's called Heist Purple. Yes, I didn't have any heist outfits. Sorry. I just
well, if you were wearing a heist outfit for this movie, you would just need like a dirty old band t-shirt, I think.
That's true, I tried to find like a hillbilly outfit, but like
Ooh.
What?
No, I just I'm trying to picture what your hillbilly outfit would be.
But I don't have anything. I almost wore the Clueless top that I bought after we had already recorded.
Oh, you didn't? You have a Clueless top that you didn't get to wear?
I got it after we recorded it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a bummer.
It was actually called Clueless top.
But it's a hillbilly top.
Yeah, no. Here.
No?
Hold on.
Okay, yeah, please. Now I have to know. So, listeners, obviously, if you're listening to this, you know that, oh my God, that is a Clueless top. It's like a tartan top. That's beautiful. I love it.
I couldn't hear I couldn't hear anything you just said.
I just said it was beautiful. It's
okay.
gorgeous, and I look forward to seeing you wear it. I don't know what. That's weird. That sounds weird.
No,
You know
fine.
what? I don't care. I look forward to seeing you wear it, Sarah. I look forward to it. I will look forward to that.
Thank you. Yes. So I've thought about wearing that, but I was like, I don't know. I think it's too soon. Too soon.
It's too soon. It's
makes
too
no
close
sense.
to the 90s. Welcome to the Adam and Andy podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Nicole.
I'm your other host, Sarah.
And this is a podcast where we only watch Adam Driver and Andy Samberg movies. And today is a very special day because it's Adam Driver's birthday.
Yes.
We watched Logan Lucky.
On not his birthday, but yes.
On not his birthday, but we watched it, and now we're going to talk about it. And
you're listening to it on not his birthday too, but it's...
That's true. This is coming out the day before Thanksgiving, actually. So I hope you've all got your rotisserie turkey ready to go.
Yes.
And yeah, so you won't. This is not Adam Driver's birthday that you're listening to, but we did record it on Adam Driver's birthday. And in fact, Sarah, I did send you a gift. Unfortunately, I believe it's coming from Canada, so I don't think it's going to arrive anytime. It says December. So even though it's arriving after Adam's birthday, I hope you will enjoy it as though it did arrive on his birthday. So I bought you a little gift to celebrate Adam's birthday, and I'm going to text you a picture of it right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
So I'm texting you some pics to your phone right now of the gift that I sent you to celebrate Adam's birthday. It's just a little small thing. Just a little small thing.
Sticker pack.
Sticker pack.
It's a sticker pack of cute Adam faces and bodies.
So
oh my gosh.
Do with that what you will. I don't know what pictures will be included in there. I imagine the artist will just include whatever.
Is it like...
I just literally Googled Adam Driver on Etsy, and this came up, and I was like, how fucking cute is that? Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can find...
It says 12 different mini stickers.
Yeah, 12 different mini stickers.
They all look super cute.
And it's coming from Canada. So
there's one where he's in a cowboy hat.
Well, that's from... Inside Llewyn Davis.
I saw that, but I didn't remember him in that.
He's got a very small part.
I saw that before I knew about him.
From Stick It To You stickers in Canada on Etsy, if anybody wants to know where to find that. They've also got some other ones like Tom Felton, Patrick Dempsey, Robert Downey Jr., Michael B. Jordan, Tom Hardy. So if you've got some thirst, they got some stickers.
And this has 5 stars. There are 141 reviews, so that's...
So I don't know. They're coming your way.
Stickers.
I hope you'll show them to us when they arrive.
Oh, for sure. I'm going to make a collage. I mean, what else can you do with stickers? I guess I could stick them on my laptop. Ooh.
On your laptop, on notebooks. I got back on my roller skates this week. For the first time in like a year, and sometimes I put stickers on my helmet.
Nice.
So, I've got an RGB sticker on my helmet.
Nice.
So I just want a little something to celebrate Adam Driver's birthday.
Thank
it's been
you, Nicole.
joyful. You're welcome. You are welcome.
It's delightful.
I love you, and I love doing this podcast with you.
I know, this is so fun.
And so I just wanted to get you a little something to celebrate.
Thank you so much.
It has been a joyous place on Twitter today. People are just, there's fan cams, there's Amazon. I don't know if you've checked out the Prime Video. Whoever runs the Prime Video account is hella thirsty for Adam Driver. Been tweeting about him all day long. Everybody's putting out montages. There's fan art. It's just been like just a day of joy.
Wow.
We've gotten the gift of Adam Driver's birthday on Twitter, basically. Would you like to but this isn't just a podcast about Adam Driver. This is also a thirsty fan podcast about Andy Samberg as well. So
guess we can't forget about him, even on Adam's birthday.
We can't. Of course not. We would never.
Right.
We would never.
Right.
We would never.
Okay.
Would you like some news about Andy? I've got some
yes,
Adam and
please.
Andy news. Okay, so Andy, some news about Andy. So first of all, Critics' Choice Super Awards nominations came out. Apparently, the Critics' Choice Super Awards is like the Critics' Choice Awards, but for genre stuff. So they were like, hey, we recognize genre is important, but instead of incorporating genre more into the Critics' Choice Awards, we're just going to put them in their own awards. Okay.
Genres anyway, and like horror, like
genre, sci-fi, horror, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So, Critics' Choice Super Awards, 5 nominations for Palm Springs.
Okay.
Including Best Sci-Fi Movie, Best Actor in a Sci-Fi Movie for Andy Samberg and for J.K. Simmons.
Oh.
Best Villain for J.K. Simmons.
Oh, what?
And Best Actress in a Sci-Fi Movie for Kristen Milioti.
Nice.
So 5 nominations for Palm Springs.
Deserved.
Well deserved. Mm-hmm. I hope.
So Critics' Choice, is that just acting? Or
no,
is
Critics'
it
Choice is like all different things.
All different things. Okay.
Yeah. But this is like awards for genre stuff, apparently.
Well, it should have won like
best.
It should have been nominated for best screenplay, I think.
I agree. But it was not apparently nominated for that, unless that's not an award category. I didn't look into it too deeply, but yeah. Okay. Other news for Andy.
Yes.
So Brooklyn Nine-Nine had its first table read today for the new season.
Sorry, that was a yawn, but yes, that was also a delighted.
It's a delighted yawn.
Yes.
So that's exciting. So new season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, table read today. So I assume production will be underway soon.
Yay!
And so then we'll have some new Brooklyn Nine-Nine coming. So that's
season 8.
I guess. I feel like I should know this. I didn't write it down. Sorry.
I remember the last time you said that they'd been around for 7 years or so.
I mean, I can look it up. It's been around for a while, and I'm sorry. I'm a bad fan that I don't know this offhand. Please don't hate me. So I'll just. Well, I know you won't hate me. Oh, while I'm looking this up, Sarah.
Yeah.
I got a sidetrack for a moment. Somebody tweeted at us this morning.
Oh yeah.
I woke up. When I woke up, it was like one of the first things I saw, and it really made my day.
Oh.
It was a tweet that someone else wrote that someone shared with us. So the tweet was, and this was not at us, but somebody shared it with us. I had a dream that Adam Driver held me hostage, and then Andy Samberg rescued me. So that was the tweet, and then somebody tweeted at us, Adam Andy Pod. Did you ghostwrite this tweet?
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know. It was so nice to have somebody thinking about us, and I was like, damn. I did not. But if I were to have a fantasy that had the two of them in it at the same time, I feel like that is the only way that it could go down.
So who rescued you again?
And not me. This person.
No, not you. I know, but who rescued them?
So they said they were being held hostage by Adam Driver, and then Andy Samberg came
that makes
to
the most sense.
Them.
That makes the most sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna come in from like a helicopter or something. And
no,
just,
I'm saying it makes most sense
bedroom.
that Adam is the one who holds you hostage.
I mean, I wouldn't hate it for sure. I completely forgot what I got on my phone for. I just had a case of phone amnesia. I was supposed to be looking up how long Brooklyn Nine-Nine has been on the air. That's what I was supposed to be doing, right? Is that?
Yes,
do you ever get phone amnesia?
Yes, all the time.
Where you're like, oh, I need to, I need to look up something in my calendar, and then 30 minutes later, there I am on Twitter, and I'm like, oh.
Well, it's like you walk into a room to get something, and you're like, why am I in this room?
Season 10. Oh my God, Sarah, there might be 10 seasons. No, there's 7. Okay, so it is going to be season 8. Season 8. Okay, so you're clearly, and I didn't know.
That was because the last time we did the show, you told me that they'd been on for 7 years.
I've already forgotten. So that's all the Andy news that I have. So that's exciting. We have Brooklyn Nine-Nine to look forward to at some point. I guess on Peacock. Now I'm gonna have to get fucking Peacock and HBO Max and fucking all that shit. And the awards. Now, of course, Andy's also been doing some appearances, doing interviews about Palm Springs as well. I've also got some Adam news.
Yes.
Some Adam news.
Yes.
So, besides it being his birthday, a couple new things that occurred since we last recorded. First of all, it has been announced that Adam will be playing opposite Greta Gerwig in a yet untitled Noah Baumbach movie.
Oh.
So that's coming up. What do you think about that?
Something about divorce, probably.
About divorce, maybe. I don't know. Do you think like he's writing and Greta is like that happened to us this morning? Did you just write about, or like it's about him divorcing and his like his new wife, and she's like, wait a minute, are you trying to tell me something? Because I feel like that's maybe how that would go down. Anyway, so I don't know we don't know what it's about.
I'm
or what
highly
it's called.
Curious what it's about.
I'm
dying.
Healthy relationships, I doubt.
I doubt it.
I doubt.
Is he
midlife crisis
married to Greta Gerwig?
They're married, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. That's weird.
I think what absolutely and for sure, it's definitely going to be about something to do with relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Probably about some kind of relationship dysfunction. And
oh man, I would not want to be in a movie written by my husband about relationships, like that he wrote about relationships.
Midlife crisis, certainly. A midlife crisis, certainly.
Huh?
Don't you think? Noah Baumbach always seems to be writing lately about a midlife crisis. You don't think so?
I don't know. I've only seen Marriage Story.
Okay.
But like you said, like relationships, like he doesn't write about functional relationships. So like I would not want to be in, I don't know. Yeah.
What if this movie was just like it was about like how everything's going great?
No conflict.
Fine. Like it's totally
everything's
fine.
great.
Everything's great. We're all fine here. Okay. So there's that. All right. Also, Ariana Greenblatt has been announced as the co-star with Adam in the movie 65, that sci-fi movie where he plays the opiate addicted astronaut. Her role has not been announced that I know of, but we can speculate that she's playing the young girl who's also marooned somewhere, who they have to learn to communicate with each other. Ariana Greenblatt played young Gamora in the Marvel films.
So she's a child?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she played young Gamora in all those scenes where my old brain. You know, the bad guy.
And
the bad guy, the snap.
I know. The
Thanos.
I know.
Thanos.
Yes.
Yeah, so in all those in between place kind of flashbacks.
Yeah.
She played that. She was great. I cried. I expect to cry watching this movie. I don't see this doesn't seem like a happy
like a child
flick.
and an
opioid addict. I mean, I feel like there's gonna be some sad times.
Yeah. It might be heartwarming at the end.
When has Ridley Scott ever made something heartwarming though?
Ooh, Ridley Scott. I forgot about that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's Ridley Scott, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to buckle in for some angst and probably maybe a little body horror.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm going to buckle in for that. Last bit of Adam news, and perhaps the biggest thing that happened in between this.
People have requested an entire episode about this. I know. I'm guessing what you're about to say.
I don't know that we can pad this out to a whole episode, of course, if you're a fan of Adam Driver, you know that John Oliver has been doing a thirst bit about Adam Driver on his show all throughout the year, and we've all been enjoying it. Coming up with some pretty intense like calling him a fuckable redwood, a brooding
mountain.
Nice. Asking him to like, what is some of the things he asked him to do to like, pummel him or step on his throat or whatever. All the weird thirst, like super intense thirst things that literally get said about Adam Driver on the internet were kind of being channeled into this bit. I can only assume somebody on his writing staff must be thirsty for Adam Driver, and we salute you, whoever you are.
Oh, yes. But also, like, my dad actually, well, both of my parents who do watch that show came to me and were like, did you hear about the John Oliver thing? And I was like, Nicole shared with me immediately.
I saw it. Well, I didn't watch it the night that it happened. I woke up in the morning and Twitter was just like flooded with these clips from the show. I would like to say that we've been doing the show for a couple months now, right? We started this in August. And now people just message me stuff about Adam Driver and Andy Samberg, which is great. Please keep it up. So people are like sending me stuff, sending me news, sending me pictures. They're like, have you seen this?
Said nudes.
Sending me their nudes. It's inappropriate, but you can keep sending them to me. I hope everyone can hear my children crying in the background. That really adds something to this Thirst podcast. I don't know if you can, but
I can't.
I'm going to guess that my husband has asked my son to clean up the living room. I think that's what's led to all these tears. Yes?
I have a few quotes from...
So please. Let's do it.
This is the article that either someone posted or you sent me or something. That Adam is a larynx-crushing, unwieldy boulder.
Yes.
I think that's... yeah.
So John Oliver was doing this bit all year, and we were all hoping that I didn't know how likely this was going to happen, because I was like, well, Adam Driver clearly has a sense of humor about himself, but is he going to come out of quarantine hiding, where he has been living in relative obscurity, aside from a few appearances for his nonprofit organization for veterans that he does. Aside from that, he's been generally kept keeping himself under wraps this year. Would he come out of hiding for this? We were all hoping that he would come out and at some point confront John Oliver on the program, and that is exactly what happened this week.
He did not disappoint.
It was fabulous.
It was intense.
It made my week. And perhaps it might get me... this might be the juice I need to get through the rest of the year, honestly.
All right.
He came on. He confronted him. It was funny. He said... He said that he said thirst. He said stan.
Yes.
He made a Marriage Story joke. I mean, it was like everything that you could want in one appearance. And his hair looked amazing.
It did. Do you think that one of the writers of the John Oliver show approached him to come and do that, or do you think that he was like, I should say something, and then they like collaborated on the writing?
Oh no, they definitely reached out to him. There is not. I cannot imagine that he asked to be involved. Like, I imagine they contacted him and wrote him a script. And in fact, at one point he like picks up, I don't know if that was part of the bit, but at one point he picks up what looks to be a script and refers to it while talking about like using the words, where he says thirsting after me is a mood. He like picked up his script and looked at it.
Oh my God. So funny.
It was something special.
It was great. I watched it a few times.
I watched it as many times as I could. I might just wake up every morning and watch it. I might. But it was pretty fucking
sexy. Great. Like, just like the way he was like yelling and like
he's yelling, and he got mad at the end, and he was just like, I hate this, and he turned off the camera.
Yeah.
And his hair was like so shiny.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It was intense.
I just want to thank the staff of Last Week Tonight.
Yes, thank you
for making that happen, because it was everything I wanted.
Thank you, John Oliver, I guess, as well, because he just the way he talks about himself, like he called himself.
Oh, well, Adam Driver, like eventually at one point he was like basically chastising him and saying like, "Hey, I don't know you and this is weird. Can you stop it?" And then at some point it turned into him like yelling at insults at John Oliver. What did he call him? An underbaked gingerbread boy?
Yeah. And John Oliver called himself 6 feet of nasty spankable bird meat crammed into a suit. I didn't know that John Oliver was 6 feet.
That's
crazy.
I mean, nothing on him, but he looks like a short man.
He does, and yet we only see him behind a desk. So how are we supposed to know?
I know. I feel like I've never seen him upright, and maybe that's why he seems short. I don't know.
How tall is Adam Driver? I should know. Is he 6'2", 6'4"? 6'3". Okay.
Or at least that's what he says in the TV show Girls when someone asks Adam Sackler how tall he is. He says he's 6'3".
You're not tall until you're 6'4". That's a rule.
What?
It's a rule. Yeah.
I would argue that he is in fact very tall.
He's tallish.
Wow, Sarah. I don't even know what to say about that.
I've seen taller. Just kidding. I mean, I have seen taller, but yeah, no, he's tall. And he's wide. Very
super wide. Okay.
Where were we?
Well, that's all the news. That's all the news that I have. I hope that satisfies everyone's need and request a valid request for us to address the very important thing that happened on the internet this week. Well, I guess it happened on television. Important. It was very important. I watched it on the internet. Anyway, it was great. It was a very amazing. Satisfying conclusion for sure.
Yeah, I definitely shared that with some friends.
So shall we talk about this week's movie?
Yes.
So this week we watched Logan Lucky. A beloved character in the Adam Driver pantheon of characters, by the way. I don't know if you know this, but amongst fans of Adam Driver, Clyde Logan is like, I personally have seen many. So I read, as those of you who listen to this podcast know, I read a lot of fan fiction, like constantly. And there is a lot of, obviously, Kylo Ren, Ben Solo fan fiction. There's a lot of that. Reylo, of course. But then there's also a lot of like Clyde Logan fan fiction and like Rey and Clyde Logan, like, or it's just like all kinds of different stuff. So Clyde is one of those characters that people really seem to like. In fact, there was because of Adam's birthday, a tweet going around today where people were like, okay, well, what's your top 5 favorite Adam Driver characters? And Clyde Logan is almost always in that top 5. So we're treading on some hallowed ground today.
Oh dear.
With this character. Not that I think that should in any way color your feelings about what you want to say about this character, but I want to take a moment to acknowledge that we know that this is a beloved character.
Now I do.
So Logan Lucky, when did this come out? 2017?
2017. Yeah.
2017. Shot in Georgia.
Yep.
So I don't know how much we've said about this on the show before, but Sarah and I are based out of Atlanta, Georgia, where most of this film was shot, which means Adam was like right in our backyard at some point. He was here. Literally, he was right here.
We could reach out and touch him if we had wanted to.
I doubt that, but
I think so, Nicole. I think so. Don't crush my dream. He could be back again someday.
Maybe someday. So Logan Lucky, a heist film, which you said on the last show, you don't like the heist film genre. So did you like this heist film?
That was actually one of the things I wanted to talk about. It was refreshing to see a heist film that was not a dapper heist. It wasn't like
this was not a dapper heist. In fact, they referred to it in the movie as the Hillbilly Heist. So this is a heist film, but set in a very rural community.
Mm-hmm.
So you liked the fact that it was not a glitzy kind of heist.
Yes, I did appreciate that because I feel like every heist movie I've seen has been like everyone's super professional and like classy and dressed in suits and
lots of martinis.
Yeah. Thoughts of George Clooney.
Oh, stop it! Stop it. Now, Steven Soderbergh did direct this movie. He also directed the Ocean's 11 films.
No.
Yeah.
That's crazy. This doesn't seem like Ocean's 11 at all. I mean, other than it's a heist.
I mean, it's Ocean's 11, but with country bumpkins.
Didn't they have a line that was like Ocean's 7-Eleven?
They called it Ocean's 7-Eleven. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now, the writer, I don't remember what her name was,
Rebecca
something. No one actually knows who that is.
What?
That is a pseudonym.
Oh.
There's speculation that either Soderbergh wrote this movie or that his wife wrote this movie or that they wrote it together, but that is a pseudonym.
So a woman did not write this movie? I was so excited to see that a woman wrote this.
The speculation is that Steven Soderbergh's wife wrote this film.
And she didn't want to admit to it?
Or I'm not saying she didn't want to admit to it. She just wanted to go by a pseudonym.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's why you were so like cavalier. You were like, Rebecca's someone. I was like, that's a little rude.
Right. Sorry. Like, hang on. Let me just let me see here. So of course, Sarah, you want to just quickly tell us can you set it up for us real quick while I look up the actual.
So yeah, the film
Rebecca Blunt is the name.
Rebecca Blunt.
Yeah. So it actually. I guess there's no speculation. At least last time I looked up the facts about this when I saw this movie the first time, it seemed unclear. But apparently, according to IMDb, who we must believe is truth, right?
Yes.
So Jules Asner, who is married to Steven Soderbergh, wrote the film Logan Lucky under the pseudonym Rebecca Blunt.
Okay.
So the cast and crew engaged in a press campaign complaining that Rebecca Blunt was a real person. So this is where the speculation came from. Lived in the UK and only corresponded by email. WGA registrations confirmed that Asner wrote the screenplay for Logan Lucky. So she definitely wrote it.
Why would they lie about that?
I don't know. Maybe just for funsies.
Okay.
So Sarah, give us a quick little blog, just a quick little, what is this movie about?
Okay, a bunch of dudes get together and try to rob.
Let's not forget about Millie.
Oh, I'm sorry, Millie. Who could forget? They concoct a convoluted scheme to steal the cash that's being dumped from the
Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Motor Speedway. And so I didn't know about this, but apparently when there's a big arena like this, they have these cash tubes.
I don't know if that's true or if they just wrote this for the movie. I don't know.
That makes sense though. But that makes sense.
Well, it's like pneumatic tubes that the money travels through.
Because if you think about it, like it'd be a lot safer to do it, safer and more efficient to do it that way than to, but this could just be bullshit, but like it seems like that would be efficient.
So
right?
Yeah, it seems like it's traveling via pneumatic tube to the safe. That was one of the things that I thought was maybe made up, but
yeah, I don't know. We should have looked it up.
Look, if you came to this podcast for journalistic integrity, you are knocking on the wrong door.
This is not that podcast.
I literally just looked up the screenwriter's name. I did know, I just had not looked it up right before
yes.
the show. I would say two brothers are the sort of driving force behind this heist plan.
Channing Tatum and Adam Driver.
Jimmy and Logan Lucky.
Jimmy
and Clyde Logan, not Logan.
Clyde.
Lucky. Jimmy and Clyde Logan are the two brothers. Yeah. So Sarah, at some point, I really want us to try to explain what the heist is. But before we do that, what's first on your list? Like, I want you and me to try to parse out what actually happened.
What the fuck happened?
But before we do that, what's first on your list?
Channing Tatum was made to be a West Virginia boy.
Oh my God. It's like he was meant to be in this environment.
But he was this is who he actually is. He
embodied
plays other characters sometimes, but this is actually who Channing Tatum is.
I don't know where he's from, because I don't know. If you came to this podcast looking for journalistic integrity,
where is Channing Tatum from?
Barking up the wrong tree. I don't know. Tweeted us at AdamAndyPod. Where's Channing Tatum from? Is he from West Virginia? Is he from North Carolina?
Did he use his own wardrobe for his costumes?
Can we momentarily give mad props to the wardrobe department for this movie?
Wardrobe was crazy. Bananas. Like all the bras that didn't match,
Riley Kylo's outfits
out, yes, that is what happens when
Adam Driver's t-shirt with the button-up combo.
I don't remember that.
It's like he was always wearing like a shirt with a t-shirt that came up very high on his neck with like a button-up shirt.
Yeah.
And of course the, Bob Seger t-shirt that he's wearing in the morning when he wakes up, when they begin talking about the heist. We'll get to that scene. No, please make all the sounds that you want. We all know what you're thinking. The wardrobe department killed it. And yes, Channing Tatum feels, I don't know where he's from. Tweeted us at AdamAndyPod. Where's Channing Tatum from? We don't know. We didn't look it up before the show started. But wherever he's from, he seems to be very at home in this environment, which is, of course, a rural community in West Virginia. And let me just tell you, Sarah, you know this. My husband, who has, in the 4 years that you and I have been podcasting, has never listened to one of our podcasts.
His excuse is that he doesn't listen to podcasts at all.
And he probably never will listen to this podcast, but he is from rural Virginia. And I know, if you out there, listeners, if you're from Virginia, the fact that I would even try to connect West Virginia and Virginia as though they were the same place is foreboding, is ludicrous. But I will say, every year, we of course won't be going this year because of COVID. Every year around the holidays, we take a little sojourn up to rural Virginia to visit my husband's family, and it is a lot like this movie, minus the heist part.
Yeah, well,
so it felt pretty real.
Too close to home.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. No, well, I asked him. I was like, are you enjoying this, or do you hate this right now because it's too close to home? And he's like, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
With that said, I feel like we really need to tackle the accents in this movie.
Oh yes, that was actually next on my list.
Can we talk about the accents?
Terrible.
Let's start with Adam Driver's. Well,
let's do it.
First of all, Channing Tatum's accent, I have nothing bad to say about it.
That is his actual accent. So
it sounded like it was real to me. Adam Driver, I love him dearly. But as a Southern person, I know I don't sound like I'm from the South because my parents are from New York and New Jersey, but I've grown up in Georgia all my life. And like I said, I spend, against my will, at least a week every year in rural Virginia. And I don't know what the fuck accent that was supposed to be.
The thing is, Nicole,
kind of weird. Like, it wasn't a foghorn leghorn. Like, it was not as bad as Daniel Craig's accent.
Oh,
Daniel Craig's accent was unforgivable.
God. Daniel Craig in not Knives Out had a terrible British accent as well.
No, it was Southern as
It
well.
was Southern. You're right. It was Southern. Oh my gosh.
The same Foghorn Leghorn accent, only this one like was turned up a little. Like this was a little trashier, but it's like the same accent as his Knives Out accent. Basically.
Oh my gosh.
Adam Driver had look. I don't hate it though. It wasn't realistic. But the movie was absurd, and so I felt, and his accent was kind of absurd. But it was kind of charming.
Yeah. So I had a question for you, actually.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's best, like in general, to cast like great actors who can do perfect accents if they don't have a name, or do you think it's better to cast big name actors who do awful accents like Daniel Craig? There's tons of good actors who aren't big name actors.
I guess what you're asking me is there somebody else who would have done better than Daniel Craig in this movie?
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know. Daniel Craig was a lot to take in this. Daniel Craig was a lot.
Yeah.
I would not want to see anybody other than Adam Driver playing Clyde Logan.
Okay.
Like, even though his accent wasn't, like, realistic, it didn't feel out of place. Look, no one's accent matched in this movie. Like,
they didn't match.
Regionally, it was all over the map.
Where was their dialect coach?
You cannot pinpoint exactly.
Do they have a dialect coach?
I don't know, but you cannot say all of these people are from the same fucking town, because they're fucking not.
No.
They all had different accents.
Yeah.
Regionally. And maybe if you're from LA or New York and you've never been to the South before, then you don't know that. But
yeah,
I assure you that those people are not from the same fucking town.
Yeah, for sure.
However, I don't care, because Adam Driver okay, can we talk about Clyde? Like, let's just take a moment to talk about Clyde. What did you think about Clyde Logan?
I thought, I'm afraid to offend the stands.
Honest.
I'm afraid to offend the stands.
Be honest. That is why we're doing the show.
All right, fine. I thought he didn't have much to him. I thought he was a little dull and didn't like. Adam Driver is usually so good at bringing so much weirdness and quirkiness and life and depth to characters, but I feel like there wasn't a lot of that.
So you were missing that element here.
Yeah. It just felt like he was like a guy who had a bad accent who wasn't in a lot of like, he didn't feel there wasn't that big like Adam presence.
I can
feel
see
like Channing Tatum really took all of the.
He was the more aggressive leader type brother in this movie.
Yeah. And also, like, I know that this is something else that we said we would talk about. You said that you felt that Adam looked really big in this movie.
He looks giant to me, like more giant than usual.
But like when he was next to Channing Tatum, he looked small.
To you?
Like, to me, I'm just saying, like, Channing Tatum is giant. And like when Adam's next to him, it's like, yes, Adam is also big, but like next to Channing, he's like this diminished, like,
I mean,
smaller.
In that scene where they're describing where Channing Tatum, where Jimmy is presenting the heist, they were in this trailer. They obviously were using wide angle lenses, and Adam's like on the edge of the frame, and he just like looks so big, like so big. Also, at this time, Adam would have been either shooting or, well, not shooting. He wouldn't have been in the middle of shooting this, but this was, I think, right after he shot The Last Jedi. So he was all like big from training and like getting his body big and trained up and athletic or whatever for The Last Jedi. So he still had like The Last Jedi body on him when he shot this movie. I don't see how you cannot. He's Lorge, Sarah. He is just Lorge in this movie. He is so Lorge.
What's so funny is when you said. It's so funny when you said that. I had already thought, like, a few minutes in, wow, he looks really small in this film.
What?
I'd already thought to myself.
Compared to what?
Channing Tatum.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't looking at Channing Tatum.
I was looking at Channing Tatum the whole time.
Oh.
Channing Tatum wins this film for me.
What?
Yes, I'm sorry. Okay.
So you would rather spend an evening at the Duct Tape, which is the name of the bar, in case you don't remember. You would rather spend an evening at the Duct Tape with Channing Tatum and not Clyde Logan. Is that what you're telling me?
For sure.
Okay, first of all,
okay.
No.
Channing Tatum is 6'1", Adam Driver is 6'2", and yet Adam Driver still felt
He's
small,
6'3".
smaller.
I don't care what that says. He said he's 6'3".
He said he's 6'3".
He said it, and I'm going to go with what he said.
In boots, I'm 6'3".
No, he says, okay, he's giant, and okay, here's what I'll say about Clyde Logan. The accent is absurd, but I think it works because the tone of the movie is not realistic.
Yeah,
the tone of the movie is absurd.
I think it's
so
fine.
Maybe that was the point of the accent. But generally speaking, I feel like Clyde is like the soft, gentle puppy dog.
Until he throws whatever into someone's car and it explodes.
Oh, that was amazing. But he didn't get angry about it. He just calmly walked. He grabbed, with one of his large hands, he just grabbed one of those bottles of booze, walked out there, asked nicely for a lighter, and just set that guy's car on fire.
Yeah, that guy was a dick, by the way.
You recognize that actor, right? He does all the voices on Family Guy.
That was Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, that was Seth MacFarlane. Yeah.
I did not recognize him.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
In fact, every time he spoke, I was like, he sounds like Brian from fucking Family Guy right now.
How did I not recognize him? That's crazy. I mean, he was wearing a wig and like facial hair.
He was very. I mean, this movie is absurd, as we said. So there's nothing real and about these characters. Except Channing Tatum is like a grounded character amongst all these weird.
That was the weird thing. Yeah,
but it works for me. I don't know. I accept it. It works for me. Anyway, I love Clyde Logan. He's sweet, and I feel like I just adore him. I adore him, and I kind of like to see Adam playing something that's not where he's not the aggressor the instigator. I like to see him playing this like soft, where he's kind of going along with what his brother says. Like he really he knows these ideas are bad and he's going with it anyways because he loves his brother.
I guess that's why I was confused by it, because he wasn't like the typical character that he plays.
Which I like. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it, and I think he did a really good job with it. And he's not front and center necessarily in this movie, but when he's on screen, I enjoyed him immensely. And also, I really liked their relationship.
Yeah.
Like, what did you think about the brothers and like their relationship? How did you feel about that?
I didn't think about it that much. Channing Tatum just took all of my focus. I know as a person who is on this podcast, I should have been focusing more on Adam, but I was very drawn to Jimmy and
he was the central character of this movie. It was his story, really.
Yeah.
So. And this is your first time seeing Channing Tatum in a movie, right?
It's first time seeing him in a movie, yeah. So I was kind of like, woo, wow. He's not just, because he just, like, from what I'd heard about him, he just seems like a Chris Hemsworth, like, just very hot kind of guy, like, not necessarily a good actor, but he definitely seems like he can act. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've seen him in some other things. I like him a lot. Okay, what's next on your list?
Okay. Well, so it was a very slow build. I noticed the first. It was
very slow, yeah.
How long is this movie, by the way? Is it like an hour and a half? Is it 2.5 hours? Like
2 hours.
2 hours? Okay.
Here.
So it felt like the first half of it was like just a very slow, methodical, just like build. And then all of a sudden things got ramped up, and then the end was just like this slide down, like this, woo, here we go.
Yeah, it was like it took a while to get there, but once it did, it really it's 118 minutes, so it's just under 2 hours.
Okay.
Once it got there, it really, really went there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so, as Chris said, convoluted. He was like, this is convoluted as fuck.
He did. He said, yeah, actually, what did he, I wrote down in my notes exactly what he said about it. What did he say? He said it's like election fraud.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
He's like, this is as believable as election fraud. That's what he said.
Exactly.
Okay. Should we try to break down this heist? I think between the two of us, I would like, and I did not take notes on purpose about what the heist, how the heist went down, because I wanted us to try to, from memory, replicate our understanding of what happened.
That's the problem, is that it was so many steps.
But by the end, they showed us everything, and I've seen the movie more than once, so I feel like perhaps I could take a crack at it. So let's see. Okay, let's take a deep breath here.
Here we go.
Because there was kind of a heist within a heist.
Yeah.
So what happened was, first of all, Joe Bang, played by Daniel Craig, who I did enjoy.
Joe Bang.
Because, well, he's the guy that blows the safes.
A funny name, yeah.
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 So Joe Bang, played by Daniel Craig, every time he ate eggs on screen, I could smell it.
There were so many eggs he had to eat.
And you know how I feel about people eating on screen.
I know how you feel about it. And I also, like, the first time he took a bite of the egg, I was like, fuck, like, I know how filling even one bite of an egg is. And I just had to imagine how many eggs he had to bite into. He looked sick. Like, I don't know about you, but like, he looked slightly ill. I think it was
the dye job in his hair that made him look ill. It was that horrible bleached hair.
Yes.
Daniel Craig was a lot in this movie. Like, he was just a lot. And I enjoyed I don't know if I said this, but I love this movie. I would watch it again. I would watch it 1,000 times. It's just a movie I can put on and enjoy.
It's very fun. It's very, like, you don't have to think too hard, but like the convolutedness, you're just like swept away, and you're just like, yeah, sure.
I think that's part of its charm, is that the fucking heist doesn't make any goddamn sense. It's so detailed. It depends on everything going exactly a certain way.
It's like a toddler who tries to tell you something, but like they've come up with this like this elaborate lie, and they're like, and then this happened, and then this happened,
and this happened. It's like the Rube Goldberg machine of heists, and it's not even like one that makes sense. It's like, I don't need 14 different machine steps for someone to like pour a glass of milk for me. Like, I don't need that. I could just pour the glass of milk.
Yeah, for sure.
So Joe Bang. So first of all, Jimmy was working at the motor speedway, and he gets shit canned because he has a leg and he limps, right?
So sad. That made me sad.
Yeah, that was not cool. Also, he needs this money because his daughter, his ex-wife wants to take his daughter across state lines.
Ex-wife Katie Holmes,
right? Who I've been to rural Virginia, and there's no one that looks like Katie Holmes in rural Virginia. I can just tell you that right now. But she was believable to me as like a rich, like new money kind of Southern.
Yeah,
I definitely found her. I thought she was really good in this movie. Also, I don't remember the actor's name, but he played Roy on The Office. He was also good. I thought.
He always plays
very funny. I know, he always plays that kind of douchey, you kind of like hate him a little bit.
Yeah,
other man kind of guy. Anyway, so he needs this money because ex-wife wants to take daughter across state lines, so he needs this money so he can, like, I thought he was going to get a lawyer, but that they never really got back to that. So anyway, the idea is the money is in all the concession stands. On the day of the race, they're going to try to infiltrate. The money is being carried through these pneumatic tubes, right, to a safe underneath the motor speedway. They are somehow going to infiltrate the safe and get the money. That's the short version of the plan.
Yeah, now that you're saying it, I don't think they would have a safe like that. That seems lots of heists like this would try to be done. That feels like a heistable like thing.
You would think. Or maybe it would have better security.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like they only had 2 security guards. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, they had 2 inept security guards. So first of all, they need to blow the fucking safe open, right? Or something. They need Joe Bang for something. They didn't actually blow the safe open. Still not sure what he was doing there. Let's not think about it too hard. So they need Joe Bang, but Joe Bang is in prison, right? So Sarah, how do they solve getting him out of prison for one day? They're going to get Joe Bang out of for one day to perform this, to blow up the safe, presumably.
They start a fight and then they hold some.
No. But what do they do first? How do they gotta get Clyde in there first?
Right.
They put a man on the inside.
Clyde drove through a gas station mini mart. Didn't hurt anyone, just drove through it.
He waited very patiently until the person left the store before he slammed his car into the mini mart.
And then he got 90 days in prison because he was a veteran.
Which is eerily similar to apparently when he spent some time in juvie because of another harebrained scheme of Jimmy's. All because of their code word, cauliflower.
Cauliflower, yes. Cauliflower. Oh, you're right. Cauliflower, that's where that's from. I've seen some things on Etsy about cauliflower and Adam.
Mm-hmm. So Clyde has to get himself into jail. And I guess Jimmy wasn't a good candidate for this. So they put Clyde in jail for 90 days. That scene I thought was very funny, where he just like drives the car into the mini mart and then
he tries to buy
something.
Yeah.
So they got to get Clyde in there. Also, he has to get in the same shop group.
Yeah. What
as Joe Bang? They're both in shop together, building this contraption that goes under the car.
Yeah. I don't know.
So they get him inside.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
No, please. This is an important question, and I want you to feel like you can ask it.
No, my question was just how do you? That's it. How do you?
They get Clyde inside because Clyde's going to help break him out, right?
Yes.
So another thing we didn't mention is that there's the water treatment plant has a leak, and you can't drink the water because it's contaminated. So
convenient.
Joe Bang drinks a bunch of the water, barfs in the cafeteria.
Projectile vomit is led into the infirmary. Is that what it's called? The
infirmary. Yes.
Yes. And then there's is this when someone starts a fight?
Well, before that, Clyde, who has to not only be in the same shop group as Joe Bang, where they can build this contraption, which we'll get to in a second, but also happens to have a job mopping floors in the infirmary. Somehow, I assume through good behavior, I don't know, he's mopping floors at the exact right moment when Joe Bang is in the infirmary.
Yeah.
Because Joe Bang has to use the bathroom. And so they go off. He's like, I'll help him.
Which makes no sense why she would let him, just a fellow inmate, take him to the bathroom.
I mean, I didn't find that as unbelievable as some of the other things that happened.
That's true.
But again, I feel like the movie knows that it's full of shit. And that I just accept it because we all know the movie's full of shit, and the movie knows it's full of shit.
That's so true.
So yeah, now this is when we get to the riot, the prison riot.
Yes. And then they take some guards hostage, and the warden or whoever dude is like, I don't want to call this in. Like, I run a tight ship. Like, I don't want to admit to having any issues here. And so they don't call it in for a while.
So they knew the warden had an ego problem. And I guess depended on him not to seek backup for this prison riot.
Yeah.
Also, Joe Bang, you see him in a scene talking with some of the other inmates about staging this prison riot and kind of cutting them into the,
Yeah. So they lock the place down. They have like this system they like start that like locks things down. So the door of Joe Bang's room where he is not in closes so that the nurse cannot get to him.
So she doesn't see that he's not in his room.
Yes.
Because Clyde and Joe have snuck through a paper towel dispenser.
Oh,
through the
yes.
wall.
How could we forget that?
Through the wall.
They take off the paper towel dispenser, and behind every paper towel dispenser, as we know, is a tunnel that leads to the outside.
A tunnel that leads to the shop, at least.
The shop, yes. But isn't that what's behind all paper towel dispensers?
Yeah, well, behind every paper towel dispenser is a wall, sort of people under the stairs style wall that you can just kind of go through and just work your way over to the shop.
Okay. You know, I should go back to my old high school and see if that's true.
So then they use this contraption that they built, which, by the way, Millie has been taking notes. So there's this truck that goes and drops off supplies at the prison every Thursday. I don't know. And Millie takes notes on the measurements. Millie is their sister. So there's Clyde, Jimmy, and Millie.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So Millie takes notes on the measurements, and then they build these things that go underneath the car, which they are somehow able to attach and put themselves inside so they're hung under the car, but that the guards will not see.
How do they get in there, Nicole?
You know, I don't think we're meant to think about it too hard.
And also, like, what if there's a bump in the road?
I mean, you gotta hope that the craftsmanship.
What if there's like stuff on the road that like hits them?
By the way, Sarah, we have not mentioned one really crucial detail about Clyde.
He has 1.5 arms.
That's true. He has 1.5 arms. He's missing his lower forearm and hand.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't believe we didn't even mention that yet. There's just so much to talk about in this movie. And it's so fucking bonkers that we didn't even mention that he's missing a hand.
What's weird is it didn't feel like there was a reason. Like during the actual heist, yes, he lost the arm, but it didn't feel important enough for him to not have an arm.
Well, I think it's a character thing. I disagree. It's all part of the Logan curse. Remember, he said that like the movie is Logan Lucky, and which really, I think part of the reason why this plot is so absurd is because it all hinges on their luck. Like if one thing goes wrong, this plan is so ridiculous and convoluted. If one thing goes wrong, then the whole thing comes down. But supposedly there's a family curse, right? Mm-hmm. And Jimmy has this knee injury. He was a sports guy in high school, and he was supposed to go on this big sports scholarship, but he messed up his knee. And so he ended up being like a coal miner, just like the rest of his family. And Clyde went to serve in the military and made it through, like, what did he say, 2 or 3 tours of Iraq? And then on the way home was blown up and lost his arm. So I do think it's relevant to the character and the story for him to be missing an arm.
You're right.
And of course, it literally becomes part of the plot later.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with Joe and Clyde. Holy shit. We barely scratched the surface of what's going on here. We didn't even talk about the 2 knuckleheads that they hired, Joe's brothers. Fish and the other guy, Carl. I don't know. Fish and Carl. Is his name Carl? He looks like a Carl.
Remember those names, but one of them you told me was Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan's son, and he definitely looks like a combination of them.
Mm-hmm. I think he leans heavy on the Meg Ryan personally.
Oh, I think he looks very close to Dennis Quaid. Like when you said Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan, I was like, oh yeah, I see his face. But it's like a feminine Dennis Quaid. So
those guys, I think, are in charge of buying supplies. Like one of them was supposed to know something about computers, but they didn't ever seem to use that.
They never used computers.
What they did do, though, was Millie painted a bunch of cockroaches, and they sent the cockroaches through the tubes.
Yeah.
To feast on a cake that was given to one of the bank people in the safe, who's played by an Atlanta actor, by the way. That's an Atlanta actor.
But why did she paint them? I don't understand.
I did not understand that. I did not understand the paint.
Explained.
I didn't.
I was like, are they supposed to be covered in icing? Like what?
Maybe to differentiate those cockroaches from just normal cockroaches. I think they were trying to test the pneumatic tubing, maybe? I'm not fully sure what was going on there. But they put some cockroaches in the tubes.
Didn't care for it.
Didn't care for it. I mean, I was not bothered by it, but I don't fully understand what the point of it was.
I don't understand it. Like, when there were cockroaches crawling all over, but they had the paint on them, and I was like, I would be like, I would think there was something suspicious about that. I'd be like, okay, why is there paint on these cockroaches?
You would
Like,
think.
who put this paint here?
But the knuckleheads are the ones that are get sent. Okay, so they sent the cockroaches in there. Now I think I get it now. They sent the cockroaches in there so that the knuckleheads could go in and be the bug guys and spray around and learn some stuff about the safe. To recon the safe. That's what they sent the bugs in there for. How did they get the bugs in there again? I don't remember that part. How did the cockroaches get in there?
She put them in the ventilation.
But how?
I forget. It felt like there were tubes
there. There were tubes, but how did they get in? How did they get in there? I don't remember. I remember the cake was delivered to her. Were there cockroaches inside the cake?
No. Melly put the cockroaches in tubes and shot them through. Didn't shoot, but like dump them into the tubes that led to like
how
the air
though?
Or something.
How?
It makes no sense. I don't know. Understand. It makes no sense. But
Let's move on. Yeah, I don't know. You go ahead. I don't.
No, I don't have anything.
I just don't know how. I don't remember. I don't know how it happened.
Please
anyway,
tweeted us.
How did the cockroaches get in there? We're confused. At Adam
Start
and
a thread.
Pod,
Start a thread.
At Adam Andy Pod. How the fuck did those cockroaches get in there? We don't remember. Okay, so other stuff that had to happen. They had to blow up something to make smoke come out of the vents. No, wait.
Yeah.
They blew up the machine that does the card reader so that they could only use cash, so that there'd be more cash coming in. So they did that. And then they all kind of rendezvoused downstairs underground. They had to move it up a week because they were going to pull all the trucks out, but somehow they all got into that area underground without being seen.
They went to a place, opened a hatch and just dove in.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, Clyde and Joe Bang went into the garbage chute, but I don't know how Jimmy got in through some other way. He had the code because somebody got buried and they had to say knew the code to get the guy out of the mine or whatever. So they're all in there. Joe Bang's in there, and then Joe Bang creates this gummy bear fake salt Tide Pen slurry, which I didn't check the science on this, but apparently
But he wrote the science on the wall.
He did, which I hope they wiped off before they left.
They did. Didn't you see the the shot of Jimmy? He cleaned everything, scrubbed it off.
So what? Can you explain to me what was Joe's job? What was Joe's job?
But he did bang that stuff. It did explode.
But why? If they're just going to use a tube to suck the money out, then why do they need to blow that tube? Oh, I guess to blow it open so that the hole is open so that they can get the money out?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, because they needed to thread the tube, the vacuum.
They're using the tube to suck.
Yes, but they have a bigger tube that is the sucker. So
they have the sucker tube.
Yes. No, but they I'm just saying the pneumatic tubes are smaller than the sucker tube. Are we going to call it that? I guess.
Sure. No, the sucker tube is on the outside, sucking the outside of the sucking is happening outside.
Yes.
So is the purpose to blow the tube open? So because does the tube close when the things get passed in there and they need to blow it open so that the hole is open so they can suck the money out? Is that the point?
Call up Jules. I don't know. I don't know.
Tweeted us at AdamAndyPod. What is the purpose of blow? What was Joe Bang supposed to be doing? I don't
I think the thing
understand.
about
I
this
thought he was going
movie
to blow the
is
safe.
there was like a sleight of hand in this movie where like you like they just kind of like whisked you along, like you didn't really have to think too.
And
like
I still
I
don't
didn't
care. I know we're looking at it under a microscope, but I'll watch this movie again and I don't fucking care.
I didn't even stop to think about that. I was just like, this is fun. Like, sure, they like do this and this. Like, I wasn't thinking like, well,
I
what?
have to wonder if the point is that it doesn't make any sense. Like, is this movie making fun of Steven Soderbergh's other movies? Maybe.
I hope so. Oh my
I feel
gosh,
like
that'd
maybe
be
it
great.
is.
If I was
feel like
his
maybe it
wife,
is.
I would totally write like.
She's
oh my
like,
gosh.
like I just imagine Jules and Steven Soderbergh just like sitting in bed one night, and he is just like talking about his fucking 14 Oceans 100 Oceans movies that he's made, and Jules is like, you know what, those fucking movies don't make any fucking sense, and he's like, yes they do, and he'll explain to her why they make sense, and she'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna write a movie that's just like your movies, and I'm gonna show you how dumb it is. I'm picturing this.
I love that so much.
Dynamic.
I love it.
And I'm loving it.
Anyway, I love that. Oh my gosh.
So for some reason they blow that tube open. Don't really know why. They suck the money out. They're sucking it into trash bags. There's smoke coming out. So to divert the two inept guards from the smoke, they have Earl from the Duct Tape, which is the bar where our one-armed bartender Clyde works at. They have him diverting their attention by smoking in one of the staff rooms.
Yeah.
And while they're doing that, they're sucking out all the money.
All of it.
Then Jimmy sends the knuckleheads to go drive off with the money as though they're dumping trash to a specific gate that is jammed.
Did you forget about the arm? Did we skip it?
We did. Well, actually, yeah, we did kind of skip over it. But Clyde's arm at some point does, at the very beginning, actually, when they're turning the machine on. Well, two things, very dangerous things happen to Clyde. One, and again, is this part of the Logan curse? I don't know. Is there a Logan curse? We'll talk about that. This is going to be an incredibly long episode. We might have to break it into 2 parts. It's so long. Well, I'm just saying, Sarah, we have already been talking for an hour and 17 minutes.
All right, let's
keep going.
Keep going.
This is for Adam. This is for Adam's birthday.
Yes.
We're not going to stop until we get to the bottom of this. So, first of all, when Joe Bang is trying to send the explosive through the tubes, it comes back out the other side, and Clyde catches it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was very funny.
Terrifying. I was like,
it's very tense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way. Well, obviously I've seen this movie before, but I was, saying to myself, there's no way they're going to explode Adam Driver right in front of my eyes right now.
No.
And then secondly, while they're trying to get the sucker machine to work, it sucks Clyde's arm right off into the machine.
Yep.
And
there it goes.
He goes fucking feral trying to get his arm out of the machine. Like his hair is all askew, and he's like, because he knows that if his arm stays in there, they're gonna immediately know that he was there. Because he's the one-armed bartender. They'll trace the arm back to him. I mean, I assume he got the arm from the VA, and there's probably some kind of fucking serial number on it or something. Anyway, so the gate is jammed, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy comes out to unjam the gate, and they get through, and they take the money and put it into a truck.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And then Clyde and Joe go to the fire station and dress as firefighters. Now, I've seen a photo of Adam dressed as a firefighter. I don't feel like we really got a good look at him in the firefighter suit, and I'm sad about that in the movie. But there's a photo of him on set dressed as a firefighter. Nice. Anyway, so they go to the fire station, and then back at the prison, they light a fire in the kitchen, and that's what finally send the fire trucks to the prison, and that's how Clyde and Joe get back into the prison.
Very, I think that's the point where Chris was like, "This is crazy."
Yeah,
Like, there is no
he was not buying
way.
it. Whatever they were selling, he was not buying it.
I was not buying it either, but I liked it.
I was having too much fun to care, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's like everything has to happen. The dominoes have to fall a certain way or they're fucked, basically.
Like, at a certain point, I wanted there to be even more steps. I was like, this is...
How could you fit in? If you want more steps, Sarah, we could just skip to the end of the movie where there literally are more steps.
That's true.
We didn't even get to the second layer of this onion.
Oh, dear.
So they get the money, but then Jimmy returns the truck with the money. He leaves the truck at the gas station and calls it in so that the money gets returned.
Yeah.
So now, just at this point in the movie, what was your thinking? Why did you think he turned in the money? What were you thinking?
I was thinking that it was because he had a moral crisis where he was like, I'm a dad and my daughter should look up to me and I don't want to be this criminal. Like, I don't know. That's what I thought. It makes no sense.
Oh,
but
I thought it was because he was worried about Clyde getting caught.
Oh,
that's what I thought. Because one of the things on his list, so he has that list on the fridge and his list of like things to do about a bank robbery, which haven't we all written a very specific list about bank robbery on our fridge before robbing someone? Heisting. Is it heisting? Is that a verb?
Heisting.
Anyway,
yeah.
The last thing was know when to walk away.
Yeah.
So, but as it turns out at the end of the movie, so everybody's mad. It seems like everyone's mad at Jimmy. No one wants to talk to Jimmy, right? Even Clyde says he hasn't seen Jimmy in a long time. Now, Clyde does not get caught. He does get released. And he gets a new arm. He gets a fancy schmancy new arm.
Yeah.
Come to find out that returning the money was part of the plan all along. So, Sarah, can you help us out? What was going on behind the scenes? What was the heist within the heist?
So Jimmy actually took some of them, like kept a bunch of it and gave some of it to people who had helped out along the way. He kept some of it for himself. He gave some of it to, Clyde and
Well, I'm going to assume that everyone who was part of the heist got their cut.
Everyone who was
I don't think we saw Fish and Carl, if that's his real name, get their cut, but I'm going to assume that they got theirs as well.
Yeah.
Or maybe theirs was buried under the swing. Oh, we didn't even talk about Misty running off to Florida, Clearwater, Florida. That made me laugh. He's like, what part of Florida?
Yeah. It's all Florida to me.
It's all Florida to you.
I'm just saying Florida's floor.
I mean, it is. Florida. Yeah. I mean, it could really have been any part of Florida. It was Clearwater, Florida. But yeah, but how did he get the money out? Like, what was his plan? What was the plan, though? So he gets the money to everybody, but there's all these other steps that we didn't see.
So he threw it away. He threw some of it into a dumpster.
Well, he bagged up the ones that they were going to keep with red tags.
That's true. But he put it in a dumpster, but then what's his face? Smokey Smokerson.
Yes. Earl from the duct tape.
Ran the dumpster truck.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's called? I don't know.
The dump truck.
Dump truck.
Garbage truck.
Garbage truck.
The sucker thing.
And so it was taken to the dump. And then they
buried it in a landfill.
They buried it in a landfill.
Yeah. And
then they retrieved it. When did they retrieve it?
6 months later. It was 6 months later.
Okay.
Yeah. We didn't even get into Hillary Swank, but there's a FBI agent trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Hillary Swank
showed Oscar up like on. A full
Oscar on,
showing up a full hour and 15 fucking minutes into this movie
and stealing the show,
strolling in and stealing the goddamn show.
She was hot.
Yeah. But so what he did is he diverted some of the money. So the whole thing with the gate being broken that was something Jimmy did. He made the gate broken so that those knuckleheads and Joe would be distracted by the gate. Diverted 8 bags of money. Millie was there helping them. We even talk about how Millie stole like the new husband's car, but anyway, diverted several bags of money, which went to the dumpster, and then Jimmy like fixed the gate so that they could they would get back to what they were doing, and then returned part of the money. I assume because he returned some of the money because he knew that once they got the payout from the insurance that they wouldn't care about the rest. Do you think?
Yeah.
Is that the thing?
I think he also thought that they wouldn't try to they wouldn't be as mad about it and trying to like get them if they gave it back or appeared to give it back or gave most of it back. I don't know.
Well, the insurance money paid for some amount of what was missing, and I guess they were fine with that.
Yeah.
Except for the FBI agent.
The FBI, like, how do you know that this is the amount that was stolen? And they were like, we're fine with it.
She had a real chip on her shoulder about it. She wants to get that fucking criminal. She wants to get those hillbilly heisters. She will not rest. We didn't even really get into the whole plot with Sebastian Stan and the car. There's so many actors in this movie. I can't even keep up with it. And Seth MacFarlane, and then he runs into Joe and Clyde on their way out, and they get into a fight, and he gets punched, but then nobody believes him because I guess this Sebastian Stan says they weren't together in the hall. I don't know.
It's because he's a dick to Sebastian, and
because he makes him eat bad software.
Oh dear. Yes. And if you don't understand Nicole's reference, just watch the film.
I hope you have
part
watched
is delightful.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan playing this really dumb car driver guy who refers to food as software and himself as an operating system, which my software developing husband.
Boyfriend.
I know.
I'm gonna tell Chris you called him your boyfriend.
Well, we're like a young couple in love. My software developer husband was not amused. He was like, all right. So then eventually after Jimmy feels like the heat is off, that's when they all get the money, and then they all circle up at the duct tape, and everything seems to be hunky-dory. And then guess who's there? Having a drink.
Hilary Swank.
So let me ask you this. Number one, is the Logan curse real?
I don't believe in curses, so no.
Okay, fair enough. It doesn't seem to be real, because otherwise how would they have gotten away with all of that shit if they were not lucky?
But also, like, a curse, you can't base a curse off of two coincidental events.
Well, no, apparently you didn't hear him at the very beginning. Clyde
there
rattles
was
off
there
all
were
the other.
a lot of them. Yeah, you're right.
I guess it's only real if they get caught by Hilary Swank. But I mean, if they get caught, it's kind of their own damn fault for staying in the same town and then also all hanging out at the same bar. That doesn't seem like a curse so much as dumbassery.
Dumbassery for sure.
Did they get away with it? Or do you think she's gonna get him?
I think she's gonna get him. I don't think there's enough there for a sequel, but I think it implies that she's like.
Would you watch a sequel?
Like I said, I don't think there's enough there. I think if there was like a short film, maybe
a mini. I'd watch a sequel. I mean, I enjoyed all these characters.
Yeah.
Maybe the sequel.
I just don't know how they could top this.
Well, they'd have to heist something else.
They'd have to heist something else. Yeah.
So what would the sequel be? Ocean's 12 style. It would have to be. I feel like they'd have to steal something from like a big box store, like a fucking Walmart or something. Like it would have to be like some real, like, I don't know what would be the high, like, god damn, what would be like a super high priced item? It wouldn't be at a big box store though. So where would they go to steal?
But this is a hillbilly heist.
It's a hillbilly heist.
They can't go to like. Don't you love the Hillbilly Heist was set at a car
at a NASCAR
race,
yeah.
a NASCAR event.
So then what would be the sequel? Because I feel like the sequel to Ocean's 11 is them stealing from the casino. I think the second one is about diamonds, right? Isn't it? Or am I mixing this up with the Pink Panther?
I don't know. Well, okay, how about like a gun show?
Oh my god, a gun show. You're right, Sarah. It would be a big gun show heist. Mm-hmm. Sarah. I feel like we should approach Channing Tatum and Adam Driver about this hot property that we have in mind for them. Sarah, unless you got something else pressing on your list, do you have any final thoughts? Final thoughts on Logan Lucky?
I thought it was very fun and very lots of thirst for
lots of thirsty. I can't wait to get to our thirsty moments.
And like just fun, and I like convoluted sometimes. Like sometimes if you get just enough convolutedness, like it just feels right.
So it felt right. You liked it. It was just convoluted enough for you.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It was.
I mean, I feel like there's not too much else I can say about this. I think Clyde is adorable, and he's soft, and he's soft but gigantic, and I adore him. I definitely think he's one of my in fact, today when I'm sorry to tweet this on your behalf, but when we tweeted out today our top 5 Adam Driver characters, Clyde Logan was definitely on the list. I enjoyed this movie. It's really fun. It's like a feel good kind of, you can just like watch it and have a good time and not think too much about it. I definitely was confused as fuck the first time I watched it. So watching it multiple times, I was like, okay, all right, okay, I kind of see where all these little details came together. I enjoyed it, and I would recommend to a friend, especially if you're a big Adam Driver fan. I would definitely recommend it. Hell yeah, watch it. You got to watch this one.
Yeah, and if you're a Channing Tatum fan, a Daniel Craig fan.
If you're a Daniel Craig fan, maybe skip this one.
Well, but
I don't know how
he was fun. His accent was terrible, but he was fun.
He was fun. Yeah, we're ribbing on him a little bit, but he is fun. He's fun. He's absurd.
And the only way that made him seem trashy is by bleaching his hair. Like there's no way to make him super trashy.
He was yucky. Did not like. And the eggs. I can smell it. Like I can smell eggs every time we talk about him, like the smell of eggs enters my nostrils. Hard-boiled eggs from a prison vending machine.
Oh god.
Also, can you imagine how warm that fake salt is, just like sitting in his sock all day long? Gross. Moments of thirst?
Sure. 3 moments of thirst. Do you have like a
3 thirsty moments, 3 moments of thirst?
For some reason, every time we say 3 moments of thirst, I know you use a different sound for this, but I just think of like just like a sound like that.
I actually don't have any sound effects for this. Actually,
do you have like a line that he says?
No, I have some sound bites, but they go in between the Adam or Andy trivia and the wheel. But I don't have anything for the moments of thirst. But I could certainly add something.
I don't know.
So maybe I just use a sound clip of that.
No,
from
please
now
don't.
on. I'll do that and then like add some reverb to it. So Sarah, who goes first this week? I can't remember.
I feel like I always go first.
Who went first? Who went first last time? I think it was you. I think it might be my turn.
I think you should go.
Okay, my first moment of thirst. I mean, there's so many. Is just Adam's lorgeness. Like his lorgeness, like how large he is in this movie. I just like, he's like a soft mountain and I love it. Like I love him as a soft, dopey mountain.
Oh,
I just love it. So that's like number 1. Number 2, Adam Driver waking up in the morning when like Jimmy's making him breakfast and he's wearing like the Bob Seger t-shirt and he wakes up and his hair's like kind of messy. Perfection. And then I couldn't narrow it down to 3. I have 4.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Didn't you just say two?
I think there's. I only said two.
Two. Yeah,
but
go
I have
ahead.
two more.
Go ahead.
I mean, I could go on and on, but I narrowed it down. I think we might have some crossover too. I don't know why, but when he like jumps out of the garbage dumpster, like after him and Joe Bang come down through the hole, and he jumps out of the dumpster and starts running, and he trips a little bit. I don't know why. But it did something to me. So that's one. And then lastly, just like how feral he is when he's like looking for his arm. When they have to like physically restrain him not to tear the machine apart, and his hair's like all crazy, and he's just like singularly focused on like retrieving his arm. I think I did miss a little bit of that Adam intensity, and I think that was the Adam intensity coming out in Clyde. Like I got to get this arm back because otherwise I'm gonna be in prison for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And so those were all my thirsty moments.
We did have some overlap, yeah. So my three moments are him waking up, just that shot of just him going.
Yes.
Just the hair.
Yes.
Just like.
Whew. Yes.
And I made a sound. I was like, and you were like, okay, like I don't need to know your thirsty moments like right now.
No, you know? I thought it was very funny. It was like every time something happened in this movie that made Sarah thirsty, she audibly made a noise. Like I think I know all of your moments just because you went, ooh, like every single time. Without
the next
fail.
one is, do you think my noises influenced your thirst?
No, I think we just generally had a lot of crossover. I think we had a lot of I think our thirst was aligned.
Yeah. So my next thing is Adam leaping out of the like off the I don't know what it was. It was like
it was a dumpster. Leaping off a stoop. Are you talking about when he came through the chute and then leapt out of the dumpster and then was running through the like underground part?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, he just like he jumped out of a dumpster.
He just like
he landed.
He just
very
looked
hard.
Really, he looked kind of like awkward and like stumbly, and it was like it was really in his. He just like his legs and his like torso, just like just it was just like. Hello, here I am.
Yes.
And then my third is when he makes drinks with one hand.
Oh my God, how could I have not written that down? I can't believe I didn't write that. I think because Chris was arguing about, I think one of my kids came in during that part and I just got distracted. But obviously, yes, when he's like making the one-handed drink and he like tosses the ice cube. Ugh, yes, of course. I can't believe I missed that.
Well, you had 4. And I would also say that I did enjoy the arm thing, him being
like just
upset about the arm.
Ready to tear that machine apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Collect your thoughts.
As you would imagine, I'm normally up for pretty much anything in the bedroom. But I can't tell if what happened was weird or sexy.
Is it time for some Adam and Andy trivia?
Yes, except today I changed it because of Adam's birthday and his presence in this film.
Ooh, so Adam and Andy trivia, a trivia contest for one. Sarah's put a twist on it this week in honor of Adam's birthday. So tell us what's the twist.
I have quotes, just stuff that he said.
Okay.
So this isn't
so I'm not guessing
at all.
Okay.
You're not guessing.
Okay.
No, because these quotes make me laugh.
Okay.
I feel like I have to move violently once a day or I'll lose my mind.
Wow, that's fucking intense.
I trained myself whenever I walk into auditions to hate everyone in the room.
I really want him to like write a book about being like about an acting book. Like these are, if you want to act like Adam Driver, here's number 1, move violently every day. Secondly, go to an audition, hate everyone in the room. That's amazing. I feel like I'm going to try that next time.
I don't understand technology and I'm very scared of it.
Wow.
I'm like a sight gag.
What?
He thinks he's Okay, here we go.
Oh.
When I read for girls, I was like, the script says handsome carpenter, so someone else is going to get the part. They'll have someone handsome, not me.
Oh, baby.
I know.
My heart. Little did he know he was going to be like that. Do you think I have to wonder like what he must think of, because it's not just
All the
like women
thirst.
find him attractive, like women find him violently attractive. Like they are like, it is not a gentle attraction.
It's
have
like
to
a
wonder.
John Oliver. Like John Oliver is just
It's
like
not
making
even
fun of it.
It's not an exaggeration. Like anything that he said, I feel like I've seen something on Twitter that is similar.
Yeah.
It's not it's an obsession. And like the fact that like today, I know that Twitter, like things trend and they'll trend for a whole day or whatever, I guess, but I feel like and I understand I'm in some kind of like Adam like echo chamber right now, but like it wasn't just me. Like you can see what's trending on Twitter. I feel like all day long was just like this torrent of just people just outpouring of everyone just like celebrating his birthday, which is like so cool.
No, he was
so
trending.
cool.
Like I opened Twitter like 5 a.m. today, and it was like a picture of him smiling on like a red carpet, and it was like Adam Driver's birthday is today, and I was just like,
I mean, the minute that on the globe that it became midnight, it was like the celebration of his life began, and it's just like a beautiful thing.
And I'll leave you with one last quote.
Okay.
Costume people are always saying they don't have clothes big enough for me.
Because he's Lorge, Sarah. He is Lorge. Never forget his Lorgeness.
Yes.
Oh, you look awesome. Come the fuck upstairs.
Okay.
But wait, I have to warn you about something.
What?
If you come up here, I'm going to tie you to my bed and keep you for at least 3 days. I'm just in that kind of mood.
Shall we spin the wheel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So we just did an Adam Driver movie. And so now it's time to do an Andy Samberg, I would say movie or TV show, because let me go ahead and share my screen. Oop. There you go. All right, Sarah, can you see?
Yeah.
Can you see it? Okay, so on the wheel this week, we have Hot Rod, the Lonely Island shorts, which I assume you'll put together some kind of appetizer plate of Lonely Island shorts for us, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Pop star, Never Stop Stopping. No, Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Never Stopping.
I say it wrong every time. Brooklyn. I've added Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so we've now added Brooklyn Nine-Nine to the wheel. Episodes 1 through 4. So we will take this show 4 episodes at a time if it comes up.
Let's do it.
And then Tour de Pharmacy, which is the other sports parody movie. Okay. Are you ready?
Oh, I can't wait.
Let's do it.
So
what are we going to watch next time? It's going to be Hot Rod. We're watching
I've never seen Hot Rod. Have you ever seen Hot Rod?
I've never seen it. I've never seen it. It's young. So it's young Andy. It's young Andy. Let me pull up a description here.
I know that Will Ferrell was originally supposed to play that role.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so Hot Rod, 2007. So it was a long time ago. Directed by Akiva.
Yes, it was actually rewritten by the three of them. It had already been written, but they
the credited writer is Pam Brady.
Yes, but the three of them changed it a lot to fit Andy instead of Will, because it was written for Will.
Okay. So Hot Rod, directed by Akiva Schaffer. Self-proclaimed stuntman Rod Kimball is preparing for the jump of his life to clear 15 buses to raise money for his abusive stepfather Frank's life-saving heart operation. Wow. I feel like there's a lot of crossover with like father figures in his movies, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so that's what we're watching next time. We're watching Hot Rod.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I think this is the film where that gif "Cool Beans" is from.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of gifs from Hot Rod, and people have been asking us when we're gonna watch it. So
now's the time.
And I've never watched it. So this is your early. So this is from your high school crush days, maybe.
Well, I was already a freshman in college.
Sorry.
In 2007.
Sorry. In 2007, I was in film school. I was in film school in 2007 in Chicago.
School. Fancy.
I know. Yeah, it wasn't that fancy. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to watching that. Before we go, just want to plug the social meds. One of the most wonderful things about this podcast, besides getting to watch all these movies with these two actors that we deeply love, is getting to talk to other people who like these actors. So please reach out to us, interact with us on social media. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Adam and Andy Podcast, and you can find us on Twitter at Adam Andy Pod. So please, tell us what you think about Logan Lucky. Anything that we got wrong, anything you want to help us out with.
We asked some questions.
I'd love to hear some other people's moments of thirst. What are your moments of thirst? What do you love about Clyde Logan? Tell us all about it.
Why did those cockroaches have paint on them?
Yeah, I still don't get it. I honestly, maybe it was I think it's to differentiate them from normal cockroaches. Maybe, I don't know.
Why was there pink and purple? I'm sorry.
Sarah's really stuck on the cockroaches.
Please,
somebody give her a hand with this.
Please.
Give her one arm with this if you can. I did very well this whole episode. I did not make one arm jokes this whole time. This is the only one.
Okay. I'm proud of you.
Also, if you like the show, tell a friend. We're available on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I think we're on iHeartRadio. We're on Google Podcasts. We're like everywhere. So please, tell a friend. And also, if you like the show a lot and you want to leave us a review, that'd be cool. And come back next time. We might break this into 2 episodes. This is a extra long. This is an extra wide. This is an extra large episode. In only the way that we can honor Adam Driver and his wideness. This is a extra wide episode, and I might have to break it into 2 episodes. So if so, thanks for sticking around for both parts. If not, and I just released a giant one, thank you for sticking around for the full fucking 2 hours or however long it took us to talk about this movie. I've really enjoyed talking about this with you, Sarah.
Yes, this has been fun.
And I could not think of a better way to celebrate the birthday of Adam Driver than to be with you here on the show.
Talking
about Clyde. Happy Adam Driver's birthday, Sarah.
Happy Adam Driver's birthday, Nicole.